Angel, the coochie girls are sick of Colorado. They sick of Colorado. The men are mean. The food is from a truck inspired by Wanda. The fucking water is on the blink. Your husband mean, bitch, bye. Is that? I would have been left Colorado. I would have left Colorado after she told us to leave at 9:30 from her house. I would have been gone. Anyway, Chad, we're going to talk about Potomac really quick. We also going to talk about Watch What Happens Live. Stacey and Dr. Heavenly was on there, and Stacey told us that Karen and Wendy gonna get into it at the reunion, which I kind of saw that coming, especially after the little shade that Wendy had for Karen. Then for you to have some fraud charges, I know Karen wasn't gonna let that slide. Exactly. So we're gonna talk about Potomac, Candace, America's Next Top Model, and we're gonna talk about Drew Sidora. So get you a little cocktail, friend. I'm sick of being snowed in. I need to go outside and explore the everything. I done did so much online shopping. I'm in here buying Coach purses and Jordans. I don't even wear tennis shoes. I don't even wear tennis shoes. I don't even wear athletic wear like that, child. And I'm buying Jordans and shit. I need to get out of this house before it go all bad. Exactly. Anyway, tell me how the weather is with y'all. Are y'all still snowed in? Hopefully we get to go back to work tomorrow. But in the meantime, get you a cocktail if you got any cocktails left. I had to Uber me some wine today, child. Of course, I ain't gonna drink it till I get off work, but still. Okay, look, what we gonna talk about first? Okay, look. Before we talk about Real Housewives of Potomac, let's talk about Drew Sidora real quick. And y'all know me, I'll put the timestamps in the comments. You know I got you, friend. Before y'all start talking that shit, exactly. Let's get into Drew Sidora real quick. So because I had time and I was watching all of these movies and on Instagram this whole time, Drew Sidora has a new movie. Let me take y'all to it. Okay, so Drew Sidora has a new movie called Twin. It's on Tubi. For those of y'all who don't like Tubi, I don't know what to tell you, friend. Exactly. I fucks with Tubi. So this is the preview.
Out. Come on.
So of course, Drew Sidora plays her and her twin.
Marty, don't be like that. Got out early. Good behavior. I am not doing this with you. Looks like you living your best life. Justine, what do you want?
So it's giving typical good twin versus bad twin.
Footage Film Studios is back with their highly anticipated thriller movie, Twin. And now, an exclusive scene.
So this is a bad twin video. I ain't gonna play too much because I want y'all to go watch the movie.
Oh my God, y'all. I just want to jump on here and say.
So the movie is #1 on Tubi, which is why it caught my attention or whatever. And then I saw her post.
Thank you.
I actually like the jacket and the fashions, Drew.
Thank you for making Twin one of the most watched movies in Tubi history, baby. Like, we did it. And I am just so honored. I'm so full. I'm so grateful because I put my heart, my soul, my spirit, my everything into this role, well, in both roles. And taking on 2 roles was more than a notion, guys. I pushed myself as an actor. Shout out to Chris Stokes for pulling things out.
All right. Now we see Melody is in the comments as she's congratulating her. They're good duties or whatever. And we know that Melody has been in a few short films as well. Let me tell y'all what I think about the movie. First of all, Drew did a good job. I forgot how good of an actress Drew was. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Ever since she got with Derwin and did Girl Melanie wrong, I never liked Drew Sidora from the game days. But now that I know that she's a real person on Real Housewives of Atlanta, I still don't like her. No, but nevertheless, Drew Sidora is a good actress. She plays. I'm assuming it was very difficult for her to play her and her twin, and the twins are like in the bulk of the movie. She did a really good job. You know, like the dynamic from the good twin to the bad twin. Shout out to Drew Sidora. And just a sidebar, Drew don't ever need to wear eyelashes again. No eyelash, Drew, eat the fuck. No eyelash Drew looks like she could be 23 years old. Hands down. No eyelash Drew Sidora eat down. Drew, if I ain't tell you nothing today, girl, throw them eyelashes in the trash can. Put on you some mascara and some concealer because Drew looks good and the skin is flawless. However, I brought this up to say one thing that turned me off was at the end of the movie when they started rolling the credits. I noticed it was directed by Chris Stokes. For those of y'all who don't know who Chris Stokes is, remember he's like the manager, producer for B2K, Immature, Marquise Houston, all of the other things. Now, I know that Chris Stokes directs and produces a lot of films on Tubi. I believe it was like an Erica Mena movie that I was going to watch, and it said directed by Chris Stokes, and I clicked it off because I'm just not that type of girly. I don't listen to R. Kelly music and shit like that. And it kind of, I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I have a question. Are y'all still watching films that's produced by Chris Stokes? Like, did we forget or do we care about everything that Raz B told us about him and grooming the boys and Marquise Houston and all of this other stuff? I think that was one of the reasons I didn't watch that movie with Erica Mena. I think Marquise Houston was in that movie too. Anyway, I'm not supporting no PDF files, no alleged PDF files. I mean, so many accusations. I just can't do it. Anyway, so I was thinking, I was like, why would Drew Sidora do a movie with Chris Stokes? I don't know. If you were offered a movie by Chris Stokes, would you oblige? Are you still doing business with somebody that's accused of all of those accusations? I'm assuming everybody knows what I'm talking about with the Raz B. You know, how he said that Chris Stokes basically took advantage of them when they were young boys and he was managing them and stuff. Same thing for Marquise Houston. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, but congratulations to Drew Sidora. I just found it odd that so many girlies are still working with Chris Stokes. And it kind of makes me sad because I feel like in the Black community, we always prioritize talent over like fatal character flaws. Like just even like the Diddy's, the R. Kelly's, the Chris Browns, I don't care what y'all say. I feel like us as a community, as long as you can sing, rap, dance, as long as you got talent, oh, we don't care. We don't care. Like, where's your moral values exactly? I don't mean to be on my high horse, but I'm just saying. Anyway, shout out to Drew Sidora. Go check out the movie if y'all want to. Like I said, the movie itself was really good. Would I have watched it if I knew Chris Stokes directed? Absolutely not. Exactly. Anyway, so in other news, other housewife girlies that's got it going on, who doing their damn thing. Miss Candace Diller is doing the damn thing on Traders. We all know she's getting a lot of shine time. She is going to be on the Ultimate Girls Trip. They caught her in a photo with Nene, Ashley, and Giselle. And a lot of people were trying to clock her teeth saying that because Candace said that she would never film with the Housewives again. I mean, for her coin, you know what? Speaking of for her coin, Candace is another good actress too. I keep telling y'all this. Candace was on that show called Hush with Victoria Rowell. I think the lady from Young and the Restless, Erica Mena, T.S. Madison. Baby, that was a good ass show. They need to come back. They need to bring that show back. Anyway, but congratulations to Candace. So Candace has a new commercial deal with Arby's, child. It's really cute. Should I try to show y'all the commercial? Exactly. Hopefully this video don't get flagged because of property. I said property. Yeah, my brain cells been depleted since I've been in this house. Exactly. Proprietary. It's that part. Anyway, let's just take a little snippet. Let's look at a little snippet clip of the Arby's commercial with Candace in it. I hate this her though.
I'm hungry. What are you thinking? The meat and 3. The what? Girl, it's a sandwich, 3 sides.
Okay, so I ain't gonna play too much of it. It's on Candace's Instagram page. It says Arby's meat and 3 box for $7.99. A deal so good, no distractions needed. First of all, I think it's Candace's year. It's literally Candace's year. 2026 is Candace's year. Shout out to the girlie. It's also Jada's year too. Make sure you go subscribe to Jada's cookbook. Exactly. I think I might make fuck that. Anyway, so congratulations to Candace. It seems like she's outdoing the girlies. And I love that for her because look at Ashley Domehead Darby. Girl, I ain't seen you on nan commercial. Don't no brand want you to promote them because all you promoting is your cat. In the Bravo universe. Exactly. But anyway, I thought that was really, really good. Carlos King is here. Oh, and he said that too. He said, "Oh, Candace, it's your season, baddie." I guess. You know what I want to say about Carlos King? I've watched his Patreon since we've had a few snow days. I watched his Patreon, most of the stuff on his YouTube. I will say Carlos King is a really good interviewer, regardless if y'all don't like the way he treats his cast members. But that was my thing. Carlos pays way more attention to the housewives than he does to his own cast. The fact that he congratulated Candace and he's underneath every last one of the housewives posts. Mind you, sometimes I think he congratulated Stormy and all of that other stuff. His cast members never get the type of support that the housewives get. And I'm wondering, is that part of the reason why they haven't been so successful? How many brand and endorsement deals have you seen any of them get outside of Melody on Love and Marriage Huntsville? Any of them. What brand deal has Letitia Scott got in 9 seasons? 9 seasons? We ain't seen this girl on a commercial. I remember she used to post Target and try to get a Target deal. She ain't got no Fashion Nova deal, not even Destiny. And a lot of the clothes Destiny be having on, have y'all ever shopped at this boutique called Loragel? Loragel. I love it. Anyway, they got really cute clothes. Anyway, I think even Destiny, like what? Like if you paid half of the attention that you paid to the housewives to your cast, then maybe some of them will have some endorsement deals or some sponsorships. I was thinking, I have never seen a reality TV star who's been on a show for 8 or 9 seasons never get any deals. Portia is everywhere. She got tequila. She got never any deals. The only person who had deals on that show was Melody. What was Melody? Melody had like the goalie gummies and I don't understand, child. Exactly. Anyway, so speaking of getting deals, let's talk about America's Next Top Model real quick. I actually got this from the Neighborhood Talk. Let's look at the Neighborhood Talk real quick. So Netflix is dropping a new documentary about America's Next Top Model. Did y'all used to watch it? I damn sure used. I think I probably watched every season up until I think I stopped watching after Yaya won. Remember Yaya, beautiful black girl, natural hair? Anyway, so they're coming out with a new Netflix documentary. And of course, Tyra Banks is apologizing. I think she just apologizing because she knows shit about to hit the fan. Let's look at it real quick. For you. It says Tyra Banks admits she went too far on America's Next Top Model in new docuseries featuring former cast members and judges. First of all, I like all of the judges way more than I like Tyra. All of them. All of the judges ate down in their own way, and I liked all of them better than Tyra.
I haven't really said much, but now it's time. Fashion, model, art.
Who is the girl with the glasses with the bangs? I don't remember.
On America's Next Top Model, we were showing the behind the scenes.
I used to love him. He still looked good, just a little extra Botox.
Of what the fashion world was.
I wanted to fight against the fashion industry. The only reason the door was open to me was because of Tyra.
We had an audience of over 100 million people.
I used to love Nigel.
I felt like I was part of something so big.
That was a moment where I realized, oh my God, I think we built a monster.
He said, oh my God, I think we built a monster. I'm assuming the monster is Tyra Banks. So later on in the clip, they highlight some of the body shaming, saying the girls was too fat. The essay, a few girls, I think two of the girls were, touched inappropriately by maybe a photographer or something. They talked about the makeovers turning into medical and dental procedures gone wrong. I remember that one girl passed out. People were fainting. Remember that girl had to get that extensive dental work? I said, I remember. Now that I think about all of that shit would never fly in today's society. Like all of the stuff that happened on America's Next Top Model. Anyway, so Tyra gives a statement and she said, I knew I took it too far, but this is what y'all were demanding. And it's crazy because a lot of people in the comments was like, I don't care. I loved it. I'm like, I think after a while it got corny for me and it was just doing too much. And I hated Tyra's attitude. To me, Tyra gave me typical mean girl. Typical mean girl in school. Exactly. Anyway, who is your favorite top models though? I will say my two favorite top models of all time was, of course, Eva. Remember that spider picture and she was scared and crying and she a Scorpio? Eva always gave me number one. And you know who else I loved? I love me some Takara. She was like the first plus size girly. She was like the first badass plus size girly. And she was just so bubbly and cute. Anyway, love Takara down, love Eva down. We see that Eva has, turned into the madame exactly and a housewife and all of these things. I'm going to watch the documentary. Tell me if y'all going to watch the documentary. I never liked Tyra, if I'm being honest. I never liked her. I hope she takes full accountability, but I don't know if the accountability is, genuine. So that's just my take on it. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. Anyway, okay, so let's get into this Housewives drama. Let's get into the episode of Potomac. First of all, Stacey and Heavenly, like I said, was on Watch What Happens Live. Stacey was asked about Giselle and the whole Mauricio of it all, and Giselle basically saying that Stacey was the one who wanted Mauricio. So Stacey gonna say, I'm in a relationship where I feel safe, supported, and deeply loved. I don't think Giselle recognizes that. Andy was tickled pink. You could tell Andy loved him some Stacey or whatever. I like Stacey. I do still think that a lot of Stacey, you can tell, not necessarily rehearsed, but you can tell that Stacey thinks and has shit stored up in her mind before she say it. And it just comes out and flows. He also asked the girlies what they thought about Quad eating Giselle up the last episode. Heavily was cracking up talking about some, Heavily ad-libs reminded me of Nene ad-libs when Phaedra was reading Kenya. Anyway, so Heavenly was like, the way she threw her friend under the bus, I'm still shocked that Robin ain't said nothing about Giselle throwing her under the damn bus, child. And Stacey was like, she was like, I live. She got her life together. Exactly. I think like all of us did. Anyway, another little tidbit of information that Stacey told us, they was asking, he was asking her like, what was the most explosive moment from the reunion or something, or who had the biggest feud. Apparently, it was Wendy and Karen. She said, yeah, that was wild. That was da-da. And even Andy was like, yeah. Andy was sitting there like, yeah, that was crazy. Like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I want to know what happened. This is what I think happened. Bear with me. I think that they showed the clips of the girlies reacting to Karen going to jail and stuff. They showed them clips of Wendy talking about Karen needing accountability, Wendy shading her at the reunion last year, and all of the things. And then Karen started talking about them fraud charges, Pam Oliver. Then Karen got into the Pam Oliver of it all. Thomas Jefferson concubine and Pam Oliver went head to head at the reunion, and I can't wait. And it's crazy that they two were the best dressed Exactly. I'm ready for Ebony and Ivory to go against each other. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Anyway, so since we're talking about that, let's talk about. I'm excited for the reunion. They could have kept this last episode as far as I'm concerned, and we could have just talked about the reunion. I'm sorry. Exactly. Anyway, so we have one more episode before this. One more episode before the reunion. And of course, that episode is going to be with Karen. We're going to talk a little bit about what Karen told us in this clip. We have a preview clip of her episode that's coming up with Andy. And she talks a little bit about, her experience. We're going to talk about it at the end of the episode. Let's start off with Potomac. Let's talk about the dreadful Colorado trip. Exactly. That's what we're going to call this shit. The dreadful Colorado trip. Exactly. So we get a continuation. Giselle still trying to take over the trip and stuff. She telling the girls we finna be at the Four Seasons. We going to brunch. We gonna take, take advantage of the amenities in the hotel. And then we're gonna get on the flight and get the fuck out of here. Angel was like, no, this is my trip. And no, you won't. I said, okay. You got a little sass, just a sizzle twizzle. Anyway, so she kind of checks Giselle and was like, this is my trip. We going fly fishing, and then we have a special campsite catered meal. So she let the girlies decide. Mind you, everybody was trying to play it cool, and I think they was just trying to give Angel the benefit of the doubt, and Giselle was kind of still talking shit. Kiana gonna get in the confessional and gonna say, Giselle, shut up. This my friend trip. If she say we gonna do fly fishing, we gonna throw on some boots and we gonna da-da-da. First of all, you ain't say that shit to Giselle face. You ain't say none of that to Giselle face. So don't get in this confessional. Kiana is not a good friend at all. Give me just 1 second. Anyway, what was I getting ready to say? Kiana is not a good friend at all. And you a punk on top of that, because you willing to say whatever you want to say to Stacey and Wendy to their face. But when it comes to Giselle, now you a confessional gangster. Exactly. Anyway, what else? One second, y'all. What was I getting ready to say? Okay, sorry, I got a little off track. Anyway, so they decide to do the fly fishing, but Giselle okay, well, are y'all gonna come stay with us at the Four Seasons? They were supposed to, but Angel leaves. Angel, Tia, and Kiana go back to Angel house. Mind you, when they was talking about it, though, Angel was talking about how she got to check with her husband, and Giselle was kind of mocking her like, she got to check with her husband. You're mad and your coochie is dry. Let's just let that one go. Anyway, so they end up, okay, so the next day, they end up trying to go to this excursion with Angel. They get on this bus, child. First of all, on the bus, Jazzy, Stacey, and Wendy on the bus. Jazzy and Stacey end up getting into it because Stacey gonna ask Jazzy, she gonna tell Jazzy, I really didn't appreciate you getting Sharice's number because Sharice basically said she was a $2 whore. So then they flash back to when Sharice was saying that when her and Stacey was out at the club, they met these two dudes. One of the dudes was married, and Stacey was like, what his wife got to do with me? I think Stacey said that, but now that she's with TMO and the people like her, she don't want to get pegged as a whore. I can see Stacey saying it. I'm sorry. Anyway, so Jazzy is like, what did you expect? You ain't want me to be friends with her? How was I supposed to approach that? And Stacey was like, bitch, you my friend. You shouldn't have been politicking with a girl who just called me a whore. I'm on Stacey's side with this one. You just met this girl, you don't know this bitch like that. You heard her just call me a whore. Why are you exchanging numbers with her? I think Jazzy exchanged numbers with Sharice though, because y'all know Sharice, they said Sharice is the real grand dame of Potomac and she the one with all the connections. And I think Jazzy is an opportunist and a social climber, allegedly. So I think Jazzy got Sharice information because she want to be in the clique. And Stacey was right. I'm team Stacey on this one. But then Jazzy flipped it on her ass and was like, bitch, well, if I ain't no good friend, you ain't no good friend, because I heard you didn't even want to come to my wedding until you heard that Ashley was going to come to the wedding. And then Wendy started screaming in the front like, ah, shit. She was like, y'all finna take it there. Wendy, you a messy, tacky bitch. A beautiful bitch. But nevertheless, use a B. Excuse my language. Because, girl, why did you holler like that? That's the holler of, ooh, she clocked your ass. So Jazzy basically clocked Stacey back. Like, girl, you wasn't even going to come to my wedding until Ashley was coming. So I know you ain't talking about me being a bad friend. And then Stacey was like, no, I didn't know that Ashley was coming. And then they rolled that beautiful bean footage. And you see Stacey on FaceTime with Ashley, and Ashley talking about coming to the wedding. And then Stacey gonna say, well, during the time with the wedding, I was having my launch release for my cannabis and da-da-da-da-da. And then Jazzy brings up the point, well, bitch, my wedding been on the docket for the longest. Why didn't you block out time? You literally planned your release the same time that my wedding was going on. So then I was like, okay. I was team Stacey at first, but Jazzy clocked you. she clocked your shit, Stacey, and you couldn't do shit because you were stuck in the wrong. And then Wendy kind of chimed in and took Jazzy's side too. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Anyway, so then over in Giselle and them call is Giselle, Monique, and Ashley or whatever. So they start talking about whether or not it could have been Angel who leaked the tea about Stacey. No, who leaked the shit to Chris about Monique talking shit about how he had a little bitty zick and he was a bad husband. They said because Chris and Bobby was so cool, Angel could have pillow talked to her husband and her husband could have told Chris. That could be plausible, but I don't give a fuck. Who gives a fuck? We ain't seen Chris. Chris ain't solidified nothing about it. Monique act like she don't give a fuck. She done wrote a whole book about him being a angry, violent Pillsbury doughboy with a little zick. Stacey back with Thelmo. She don't give a fuck about him. Let it go, Ashley. Ashley just trying to find something to talk about. Exactly. Anyway, so then Ashley tells Monique that she seen Chris out. Asked Chris, was he messing with Stacey? And he gave like a little messy answer, like you know how dudes be. Don't want to say yes, don't want to say no. It probably didn't happen, but he want to give the insinuation that maybe it could have happened. You know what I'm saying? Just he seemed like the type child. Anyway, so Monique like, you ain't never told me that. And Ashley was like, I thought I told you that. Bitch, you know you ain't tell Monique that. Or there would have been a topic of the conversation when y'all was calling Chris and shit, asking who told him. You would have been like, no, Chris, you know I seen you and how your face was looking when I asked you if you messed with Stacey. Ashley would have said that then. Giselle knew though, because Giselle was like, I'm surprised Ashley ain't told Monique. Monique, Ashley not your friend. I hope you don't think she your friend. Because she ain't. I guess, child. Anyway, the moral of the story is they finally get there. They all finally meet up at this pit stop gas station. So they getting gas station margaritas, getting tacos off a food truck, waiting on Angel them to come. Angel them is in the car off some terrain in the Rocky Mountains, in the Appalachian Mountains or something. Girl, and basically she's saying they still 2.5 hours away or 2 hours away. They got lost. She said somebody dropped them a pin. She got lost. And Wendy like, don't you have Wanderlust or Wanderlooting excursions? Like, shouldn't you know exactly where we going? How you taking somebody on a trip and advertising your tour company and how you host this guided tour and you don't know where the fuck we going? I was on the girl side. Bitch, this shit fucked up. Anyway, so once Angel told Ashley that it's like 2 hours away, they was like, all right, bitch, we done. The trip is over and it's a wrap. Angel kind of gets frustrated and she calls the chef and them to tell them that they're not coming. I feel so sorry for the chef because they had everything laid out. Imagine he been out in the woods on a gas grill, deep frying chicken with sticks and shit. And then y'all ain't coming? Angel, you get an F on your test, poo. I don't care if y'all talking about they bullying Angel. I do think Giselle is jealous because Angel got a husband and she don't. But this trip was trash. It was trash. It was boring. You wasn't even a good guide. I don't know. I was over it. Anyway, so then Giselle starts being messy and want to know what they was talking about on the damn van. I think somebody must have told them they got into it on the van and they wanted the whole table to talk about it. So Jazzy tells Giselle and them about her and Stacey getting into it. Jazzy, what was the need of you telling the whole table? Jazzy just wanted a moment. She wanted to relive the moment she had on the bus with the whole table and the girls. Anyway, so she talking about how Stacey ain't no good friend, how she got mad about the Sharice stuff. Stacey, is trying to defend herself, but everybody knows she lying. Next thing you know, Wendy starts piping up on her though. Wendy was like, I ain't one of these girls. I'll go off on you. You don't be lying when you around your ride or dies. What else did she say? She said, you don't be lying when you about when you around your ride or die. She said, since you want a motherfucking lie. What you say, Wendy? Even Giselle was like, huh? And Wendy was like, I usually don't say motherfucker. Yeah, and why are you so hyped? This ain't even got shit to do with you. Stacey didn't even call you a bad friend. She talking about Jazzy. This ain't got shit to do with you, low-key. And since you always talking about how you got Stacey back and stuff, why would you choose in this moment to curse her out and get all crunk behind Jazzy? You don't even fuck with Jazzy like that. You fuck with Stacey more than you fuck with Jazzy. I don't know. So Stacey gets mad and walk away. She like, girl, you ain't my friend. Stacey, go with your first mind. Wendy ain't your friend. Wendy does go over there and says, sorry, but something like, hey, I need to hold my friends accountable and da-da-da. Now, I've seen some folks in the comments and people say this about me too. So, and I'm just being transparent. I like my friends to ride with me right or wrong. That's the type of girl I am, because that's the type of friend I am to you. I'm gonna ride with you right or wrong. If you wrong, I'm gonna talk to you about it later in private. I might curse you out over cocktails when it's just me and you. But there's no way that you my girlie and we in front of a group of mixed company, girls you like, girls you don't like. Even if I met this girl through you and this is your good Judy and y'all get into it, I'm not gonna say shit. Now, when it's just me and you, if you ask me about it, I'm going to tell you the truth. Bitch, you was wrong, and bitch, you know you was lying. But I'm with Stacey. Don't front me out in front of other people. And Wendy, was you doing this for a moment? Was you doing this for Giselle because you know the other girlies don't like her? Like, I didn't get that. I was team Stacey this whole little beef between Stacey and Wendy. And Stacey, if I'm you, stick to TMO and stick with your first mind. Wendy ain't your real friend. I think Wendy just decided to have an alliance with Stacey because she didn't know how Giselle and Ashley were going to come this season. So I think that's why she know that Giselle and Ashley were going to be like this, and she needed a buddy like this because it wasn't going to be Kiana, because Kiana was going to be over there with Angel. Exactly. So I don't know. I don't know how I felt about Wendy in this episode, and I don't know how I feel about her going into the reunion. Now, she best dressed by far. Shout out to Paris. It's giving chocolate Jessica Rabbit type of vibes. You look fabulous, but are they going to eat you up at the reunion? Because allegedly, they said Wendy did a lot of crying at the reunion. And Andy said on Watch What Happens Live that he asked her a lot of questions. I wonder is Eddie going to be answering a lot of questions at the reunion too? Cause you know what's hold on, Pam Oliver and what's Eddie name? What it like Moneybag Yo or something, like a rapper name? I don't know. Anyway, so we get this preview of the last episode of Karen. We get the moment we've been waiting for exactly. Because what did I get this season? Was this season good? Was it a flop or was it a fail? Was this season of Potomac better than the last season of Atlanta with Shamia and the Hobbit? Tell me what y'all think. Was this season of Potomac better than the season of Atlanta? I don't know. Anyway, so we finally get to see Karen. We see her walking out of jail. She has braids with a little cap on. We also have a preview clip. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but it's on Mr. Housewife's Instagram page. I would play it, but Bravo don't play that shit. So in the preview clip, we see her walking in the house, hugging her daughter, hugging Ray. They got her flowers and stuff. She tells them that they made her take off her weave in jail. In case y'all ain't never been to jail, that is when they make you take off them eyelashes and weave. Jesus, it's over, child. Anyway, so she said they made her take off her weave. She said that the girls braided her hair, and some of the girls took the weave out of their head and put it in her hair to braid her hair. And was like, we got to make sure you're looking good, Miss Karen. I could see the girls doing it because I could see the girls loving Karen. You know what I'm saying? She also said that she acted as like a counselor and a mentor to some of the other girls. She had like a candid moment with her daughter where she said she never wanted her to see her like this or whatever, but she was like, I want you to see this because this is strength, this is growth. I guess talking about her journey, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the reality of life. When you fuck up, you gotta, you know, go to jail or whatever. Anyway, so it looked like it's going to be a heartfelt episode. Andy's going to come over. He's going to interview her in the home. I don't know. It looked like it's going to be pretty good, friend. He's going to ask her what was her sale like. Andy, stop playing with me. Anyway, so that's all I got. Tell me what y'all thought about this season of Potomac, this episode. Are y'all excited about the reunion and this Karen Huger special? I feel like next season will be a lot better now that Karen will be on there. What else? Let me know what y'all think about Candace getting her Arby's infomercial. Why hasn't any of the cast members of Love and Marriage Huntsville in 10 seasons been able to ink any type of brand deal? Not even Fashion Nova for the girlies. Oh, I guess, child. Also, tell me what you think about America's Next Top Model. Are y'all gonna watch that? And also the Drew Sidora movie with the whole Chris Stokes thing. I would like to know what everybody got to say about that. Anyway, I will come to y'all later on and do a Married to Medicine review, give y'all a little bit more tea. And of course, the timestamps will be in the comments. I will talk to you later, friend.